Hello, everybody. This is Bill Harper coming to you from the mountains of Wyoming. I've been out here traveling with my wife, and I'm bringing you a song sampler, a worship song that struck my fancy, awakened me again. This is the song Stay Strong by the Newsboys, an oldie, published in 2007. This is a song about struggle, about the battle that we fight for our holiness, for our temptations, for our heart, mind, soul, and spirit. Oh my gosh, the relevance of this song to stay strong in these moments of anger and hatred and fighting. The world is not doing well. I had planned a few days ago and started praying and listening about the lyrics to this song. And then Charlie was shot. I want to dedicate this podcast to the memory of Charlie Kirk. It enhanced my motivation to share these words, to talk to myself as others about how we need to stand up and be strong and fight for truth and love and everything that Jesus stood for. So I dedicate this podcast to Charlie Kirk. More on that later. The lyrics of the song Stay Strong by the Newsboys. It starts out, "You're in the moment now, a bitter ruse, a wandering eye, and then the ties that bind start wearing thin within." As in, the ruse is a lie, it's a deception, it's an imposter. Your eye wanders, then your heart wanders, then you start looking at things, thinking of things, taking in things that perhaps are not healthy. And then the ties that bind in our hearts that hold us to Jesus and the holiness and the truth and the central part of the message that we can't lose, we can't look away from, they start wearing thin and we drift off. Those are the lyrics. Sounds like a drift away from a communion with God. Like I said, the world is not doing well. There are lots and lots of broken people. Our youth, our children are decaying from within. Who knows what's causing it? I have a hunch that it's media. And then the hate, the rhetoric, the violent speech, and actions in this world. It's also true that many saints who have found the gospel, who had found the gospel, and were transformed are turning away from faith. It's not working anymore from that. It's so sad. And above all, many of us are afraid to speak the truth. Like Charlie did. I wish I could get his facts right and be a debater like him. What are we afraid of? Offending another person? Right now, we are so afraid of offending another person. Isn't it true that the cross and the gospel is offensive to those who have rejected it? Yet we don't know if one person is going to be transformed by our words, by our love, by our loving kindness and integrity of word and challenging. We don't have to do it hateful. We can do it just like Charlie did. We can, with Jesus, we can break through that. We have a role to play to speak truth and act with love, not hate. The lyrics continue. You're in the moment now when all that you've been blessed with is not enough. Here's where the ground gets loose. Here's where the devil calls your bluff. We're in the moment now to decide. Will we retreat? Will we sit back? Will we speak hateful things on social media? We're in the moment when all that we have blessed with, I take stock of everything that God has blessed me with, protected me from, cared for me, loved me, given me opportunity. Frankly, I don't believe in coincidence anymore. When all that I've been blessed with is not enough, as the lyrics say, that's where the ground gets loose. That's where I start to slip inside, and the devil calls our bluff, as in, here it is, Bill. You don't need to work anymore. That's too tough. Is it the moment where we choose self or sin or both, as in the present day moment? Oh, the goodness of God that is all around. I cannot forget that. I go back to my gratitude list every day to remember where I've come from, to put that in both halves of the brain that really makes it, cements it, secures it in my memory and my heart. Here comes the refrain to the song. Stay strong, you are not lost. Come on and fix your eyes ahead. There's a new dawn to light our day. We've got to stay strong. Jesus is coming back soon, and I think very soon the way things are going. But in the meantime, we must run the race and fight. Okay? Proverbs 4:25 says this, by the way, the Newsboys weave so much scripture into their songs. Proverbs 4:25. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Such a review for wisdom. Come on and fix your eyes ahead, the lyrics say. The lyrics continue. You and I run for the prize that lies ahead. We've come too far to lose our way. Again, in Corinthians, it talks about a race being run and the runners who went for the prize, and all of us who run this race and finish will get the prize. It's not like a contest where one guy gets it. All of us will run for the prize, the crown that comes in heaven. We have a battle to fight. As John Eldredge says of this present time, this is the world at war. This is the battle for the heart, where temptation and the enemy and the lies and the deceit are trying to, oh, you don't want to mess with that. That's too hard. You might offend somebody. Oh, just a little bit. You'll feel better. All of those various arguments come to us right now. We are in a battle. We are a soldier in combat. We're a warrior spirit. That's what we talk about in Wild at Heart. I need to remember that. There was a story long ago, and I don't know if it's true or not, but let's just say, for conjecture, here it is. On D-Day in Normandy, some American paratroopers jumped in behind enemy lines early in the morning in the dark, and they were supposed to link up with their other soldiers, their paratroopers, but they got all scattered across Normandy and the countryside, and it didn't go well, and that's the true story. But the rumor has it that a bunch of paratroopers land, and they go into a French farmhouse. They landed in a farm, they go into the farmhouse, and nobody's there, but they find cases and cases of really good wine. And instead of getting on the battlefield and doing what they needed to do and linking up with their other soldiers and going to fight the enemy, they get drunk on the wine. Right there, they abdicated their responsibility. They got drunk. We don't know if that really happened, but I transpose that to the present day. Am I too comfortable in my French farmhouse drinking my wine? I don't want to get out there and fight this battle. Honestly, I'm convicted of that argument that I will never rest in the French farmhouse with a bottle of wine when there is work to do. The song, The Newsboys, Stay Strong. Here comes more lyrics. The lyrics continue. We've seen the tragic flaws, the tortured souls, the saints with feet of clay. Oh, feet of clay means you're not moving. It means a significant weakness or flaw that you can't move, you can't be nimble. You know, it's interesting when I put on the armor of God that the shoes of the gospel fitted to my feet. You've got to be grounded. You've got to be able to move nimbly on the battlefield. The shoes or the boots of a warrior are critical to move forward, to retreat, to move laterally. So you've got to keep your shoes and keep your feet nimble. Don't have feet of clay. The lyrics continue. We've come through wilderness and watched the cloud by day, the burning sky into dawn. I've come through the journey, and it's still not over, but I've seen so much of God's blessing, so much of his hand on me, so much growth, so much restoration. The lyrics continue. It says, have you forgotten who you are? Did you forget whose trip you're on? It is so easy these days to forget in our comfort. I'm in a French farmhouse. I forgot that I'm supposed to be at war. I'm supposed to be fighting to free the people. Have I forgotten who I am? Have I forgotten whose trip I'm on? Perhaps I have. I am being renewed, and Charlie Kirk's memory has done that to me. I've been giving him so much thought lately. I have been hearing the eulogies and the speeches. I am listening to his podcast. It is an amazing ability to debate. I'm trying to capture all those facts. I am moved. I am motivated by his death, and hopefully all of America will be moved to fight, to speak the truth, to love. Have we forgotten who we are? Have we forgotten whose trip we are on? Dear Lord, let Charlie Kirk remind us. The lyrics continue, stay strong. You are not lost. Come on and fix your eyes ahead. Remember whose fight you're in. Remember whose trip you're on. I added those. There's a new dawn to light our day. We've got to stay strong. You and I run for the prize that lies ahead. We've come too far to lose our way. Ladies and gentlemen, this world is a crazy place, getting crazier by the moment. I just want to sometimes hide in my little comfort zone in my French farmhouse. I dedicate this podcast to Charlie Kirk and his memory and his heart and his courage and his actions that have inspired me to get out there and fight for the truth and share the gospel and share all the things we know is true. Jesus, give me the words, give me the ability to speak with such clarity and help me in my argument. I'm going to need that. Give me courage to fight so this race can be won. The lyrics continue, as Charlie would say, this race can be won. We've got to stay strong. This is Bill Harper coming to you from the mountains of Wyoming, and I'm hopefully not in my French farmhouse out here. I dedicate this to the memory of Charlie Kirk, that we can pick up the torch and fight for what he believed in. We've got to stay strong.